us start the discussion of lesson 1 of class 8, measurements and unit. Lesson 1 of class 8, measurements and unit. It is our second class. In the previous class, we studied up to a meter scale is divided into 100 equal parts. A meter scale is divided into how many equal parts? 100 equal parts. In the first part of our class, we are going to study which are the smaller units of length. By using a meter scale, by using a 1 meter rod, it is impossible to measure the small lengths. For example, if it is a small pencil, if it is a small pen, we cannot measure the length of the small pencil or pen by using a 1 meter rod. So we need smaller units of length. Can you tell which are the smaller units of length? Yes. The length of each part in a meter scale is centimeter. You know, a meter scale is divided into how many parts? 100 equal parts. The one part is called centimeter. The one part is called centimeter. In the picture, you can see a part of scale. In this, the length between this 5 and 6 is called centimeter. Can you say how many lines are in between these 5 and 6? Yes, it is 10. Very good. Here there are 10 lines. 1 centimeter is divided into 10 equal parts. In this, these small lines represents millimeter. The length in between the small lines represents millimeter. So, centimeter is a small unit of length. Millimeter is also another small unit of length. In between these 2 and 3, there are 10 lines. That is also 1 centimeter. Here, in between these 3 and 4, there are 10 lines. That also centimeter. So, a centimeter is divided into 10 equal parts. The length between two successive long lines is called 1 centimeter. In between two long lines, there are 10 lines. The length between these two long lines, these two big lines is called 1 centimeter. Can you tell the length in between these 3 and 4 is called? Yes, it is 1 centimeter. Here also there are 10 lines. So, the length between these 3 and 4 represents centimeter. Isn't it? Yes. Each small lines represents millimeter. Into how many equal parts 1 centimeter is divided? Can you tell? In between these 3 and 4, how many equal parts are there? Yes, 10 equal parts. So, we can say 1 centimeter is divided into 10 equal parts. 1 centimeter is divided into how many equal parts? 10 equal parts. What is the name for 1 part in a centimeter? Yes, the name for 1 part in a centimeter is millimeter. The name for 1 part in a centimeter is millimeter. Each small lines represents millimeter. you tell what is the use of millimeter? Yes, it is used for measuring small lengths. It is used for measuring small lengths. This is used to measure a length which is less than 1 centimeter. So, by using this centimeter, by using millimeter, we can measure smaller lengths. We can measure small pencils. We can measure small pens. A small pen. Isn't it? Yes. So, the smaller units of length are millimeter and centimeter. We can conclude that 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeter. 1 meter scale is divided into 100 equal parts. That is 100 centimeter. 1 centimeter is divided into 100 equal parts. That is 10 millimeter. Then can you say 1 meter is equal to how many millimeter? 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeter. 1 centimeter is equal to 10 millimeter. Then 1 meter is equal to 100 into 10. That is equal to 1000 millimeter. 1 meter is equal to 1000 millimeter. How many millimeter is 1 meter? 1000 millimeter. Okay. Which is the smallest length that can be measured using a meter scale? Yes, it is 1 millimeter, isn't it? Which is the smallest length that can be measured using a meter scale? 1 millimeter. The smallest length that can be measured accurately, correctly using a meter scale is called least count. It's a least count. This is 1 millimeter. This 1 millimeter is called least count because this is the smallest length that can be correctly measured using a meter scale. Now, I think you are able to draw a line using scale. And you can mark points like this. PQ is equal to 6 millimeter, PR is equal to 16 millimeter, P is equal to 5 centimeter. Isn't it? We can look at the test. And try to measure the line having length 5 centimeter. Look here up to this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Up to this, how many centimeter? Yes, 5 centimeter. Isn't it? So, in these lines, we had to mark PQ was 6 millimeter. Here, up to this, how many small lines are there? Yes, 5 lines. Here also another 1 line. Up to this, 6 millimeter. Up to this, how many millimeter? 6 millimeter. I think you can mark in this line PQ, that is equal to 6 millimeter. And we had to mark PR is equal to 16 millimeter. Here up to this there are 10 lines. Up to this there are 15 lines. And up to this there are 16 lines. That is equal to 16 millimeter. Isn't it? Yes. You can mark the PR as 16 millimeter. It is PS is equal to 5 centimeter. So you draw a line segment of length 8 centimeter in your science diagram and mark the these points. I think you are able to draw. Up to this 8 centimeter, isn't it? Yes. So, now we are going to another topic. How can we measure the thickness of one paper, one single paper? If you are given so many papers, you are told to measure thickness of one paper. How can we measure? At first, you have to take the number of papers. How many number of papers are there? Then you have to measure the length of this paper bundle using scale. Then you have to measure the length of this paper bundle using scale. And then you have to divide the height by the number of sheets of paper. At first, you take the number of papers. You count the number of papers. Then you take the length of this paper bundle. Height of this paper bundle. Measure the height of the paper bundle. Now you know the number of papers and you know height of the paper bundle. By knowing these two, you get the thickness of one paper. For example, consider length of paper bundle as 3 centimeter. And number of sheets of paper as 350. Then thickness of one paper will be, only one paper, single paper will be 3 centimeter divided by 350. You have to divide the height by the number of papers. If you divide the height by the number of papers, you get the thickness of only one paper. Okay? Yes. Now we are going to measure the length of curved line. We are given a curved line like this. We have to measure the length of this curved line. How is it possible? There is a way. Place a thread over the curved line like this. But you have to fix the end of the thread at the A. The end of the thread fixed at the A. You have to hold it fixed at the position A. At B also you have to hold it fixed. It kept fixed. If there is extra line, you have to cut it. By placing a thread over this curved line exactly at the positions A and B, don't move the thread from A and B. After taking this thread, by using scale, measure the length of this thread. Then you get the length of this curved line. You see it? Yes. So, you have to place the thread fixed at the position A. At B also you have to hold it fixed. Don't move. After taking this thread from the curved line, by using a scale, you can measure the length of this thread. Then you get the length of this curved line. we are going to end the discussion today. You have one homework. Find the length of the string like this. Find the length of the string like this. Okay, bye.